sunny Monday morning. I almost said Sunday, but it's Monday. You know me, and have another days. Do let me know how you doing. How's the weather where you are? Here it's quite still outside. I haven't really been outside yet, but it looks really nice and sunny. So might have to go for a cheeky walk at lunchtime. I got Leanne here in the office with me, and she just typing very, very fast. She's just sorting out the colorways on the website. So today we're going to be doing these beautiful, gorgeous bracelets. I got some new colorways for you. Well, we put some new colorways together and we're going to make the sample up live here. So do let me know. If you have got a question, then please put a Q in front of your question. If you have got a a tip for us, then please put a T in front of your tip so we can very easily identify it. And I'm just going to go and open up the chat. So I got Lucy in the chat, so she's gonna gather all the questions and send it to me, so I'll make sure they answer every single one of them. Right. The cupboard is not shut. There we go. Just looking at that one. Good morning, Ruth, Mina, Gwen, Jen saying, everyone from a very hot Western supermare. Very hot is hot. It's quite warm here as well. Morning, Camille. Camille is saying, this lovely sunny day, not Sunday. It's a sunny day. Good morning, Isla, Sue. Raining here in North Devon. Good morning, Robin from the USA. Good morning, Lisa, Amelia. Our wet, thundery Plymouth, Lisa is saying. So we're not going to head to Plymouth today. Good morning, Elaine, Judith from a sunny Livingston. It looks like pretty much most of the UK is sunny then. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Tina, Lucy, Linda. Good morning, Sue, as well. Our lovely Sue Picknell here. Good morning, Angela. The weather seemed nice to not been outside yet. She hasn't been outside yet as well. It seems nice as well, just looking outside. Nice and bright today. We like a nice and bright day, and you can go and do some beading in the garden, or not even beading in the garden, but just like sit by the window and do some beading, or sit on the veranda, or sit on anywhere. It's just nice. When it's sunny outside, it just really make you smile. Morning, Angela, Annie, Charlotte. Leon is just passing something to me. the seed beads we need. Bridget, darling, Preston, Lancashire. She said, "My brighten up later." Morning, Tina and Ruth, and also so many of you lovelies are here. Jitty. Oh, Lucy's saying too hot. I don't like it. I don't know. For me, it's. I like this better. I like hot, but we all different, I guess. Good morning, Rachel, Annie, Pamela. Right, okay, so what we are going to do, I'm just going to bring the chat up here. So this Ginko Bead Bracelet, we have done this, I don't know, a long time ago, over a year ago. So as I was sorting out samples for myself, and I do some little bit of different videos and different bits of pieces, I found, I came across them, and not found them, I came across them, and I was like, ooh, I wonder if you can do some new colors of this, because I really enjoy this pattern. Two, it's a really easy pattern, and it's just really enjoyable to do it. And what I love about bracelets like this, that they are really, really flat. So if you're a crafter or a beader and you're working, and then your wrist would be hitting the table all the time, the bracelet is really nice and flat, so it doesn't bother you at all. I really do like. Morning, Di, Lynn, Wendy. Wendy's saying your hair looks nice. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, you tell me, I feel like a border collie really, with this haircut what the hairdresser's given me, but never mind. It will grow out. She really tapered it. When I first washed it, it was a bit strange, but I'm getting used to it. Oh, and he's saying a little bit of calm time. The daughter gets married on Friday. Congratulations to your daughter. It's such a special time to have a wedding. I love a bit of a wedding. Prefer this to dull miserable days. Absolutely, me too. Sheila's saying, good morning, Kitchen, everyone. Beautiful day. Having lunch with friends who haven't seen in person for a very long time. Oh, bless you. Enjoy yourself. Oh, Tina's saying they like my hair as well. Oh, Angela's saying your hair looks nice as well. So we see if I get used to it. Right, okay. So let me turn you down on the mat so I can show you the samples, what we have. And then I'm going to show you on the website, but I haven't. Leanne's just typing away. I can hear her. She's adding them the website as we speak. Right, we're going down onto the table. So I'm going to leave it a little bit bigger because I got all these ones to show you. So these are the samples we had before, and I have worn this blue quite a lot. As you can see, the little bit of a color coming off on them. I really do love it. Very comfortable with jeans or anything blue. You know, I love my navy blues as well as blacks and grays and purples and all sorts of different colors. Right, actually, let's zoom in on these a bit so I can show them these ones more close up to you. So these are the ones we done last year. We done a silver one. We done this beautiful amethysty plummy color. We done this beautiful gold and bronze color. I love this suede green color. It's a bit more like, I guess like an olivey color in there, but because the crystals are AB, you get that hint of purple coming through. I love it. Then we got obviously blue, my navy blue. We have got this, and I've done a lot of necklaces and bracelets, a lot of jewelry. I went through a phase last year when I was combining purple and blue together, more sort of like a denim blue with purple, but I just think they really complement each other and they really go nice with each other. And if you're wearing with jeans and you put something like this on, it just adds a little bit of color to you, and that's I love that one. And then we got this beautiful purple. You know, I love a bit of a purple. So Ruth is saying your hair looks very pretty from here. Thank you everybody. Morning Karen, morning Mina saying gorgeous new hairstyle. Yeah, after like almost 2 years I had a haircut. I did the blue one when you did this live. So Camille, do you remember back when we did this live? I think it was over a year ago. I think. And Lucy's saying she did the silver one. I think we did it over a year ago. Julie's saying your hair looks nice. Thank you so much. Interesting question, Kitty. If you are combining Creation Station with Sunday Night Chit Chat, is there a kit for us to make along with you? Yes, absolutely. So this Sunday we're going to be using August kits because on anybody, if you don't know, I have got Kitty Robinson Designs YouTube channel, which I do Creation Station and do a little Sunday Night Chit Chat as well. And I've been thinking like how I can do more Creation Station because I really enjoy just sitting there and doing all sorts of bits and pieces. And then if I did the Creation Station on Saturday and we were chatting for 3 hours, then like sometimes I feel like I got nothing to talk about on Sunday. Well, I always got something to talk about, but what I decided that I'm going to combine the two together. So we're going to have one live. We're going to be there every Sunday night and we're going to bead for longer. And this Sunday we're going to be still working with the August pack because I haven't finished. I still got some ideas for that one, and we only had one Creation Station with that one. And then in the warehouse on Thursday, I'm going to work out a September pack with some bits and pieces, which then we're going to be used on the following Sundays going ahead. So do check that one out as well. Right, okay, so Lucy's saying, but I love that purple and blue one. How I did notice that before. Right, okay, so I'm going to pop this to the side and I'm going to bring these new colors in. So what I did, and this is really actually good for you to have a look, because whenever I design colors, and especially, let me just put any of the patterns. I'm just going to put the purple next to it. So when you see a bracelet, you mainly see the Ginko beads and Cabochons here. The crystals and the seed beads are just really a decoration going on the outside. So when I'm designing a bracelet, I always put my materials down on my mat and just start playing with them, and I will add different colors in and I will take different colors out. So one of the new colors is the Hematite. Then we have got this one. I'm not sure, what did you name this one, Leanne? Or are you going to name it the cream one?
This one, is that the sea foam I'm just doing at the moment?
So she's doing the sea foam. Let's just go to the sea foam. So this is the sea foam, which we're using green plated crystals with this beautiful polyochrome aqua teal Ginko beads. And I'm not sure about the name of the Cabochons, but they are just go together perfectly. And we're going to be using like an olivey color seed beads with it, which is going to bring it all together. And then we have an AB finish, and I'm going to go back to that one. the rose goldy colorway in a minute. So this is AB finish. I'm choosing salmon pink seed beads. The AB finish on these beautiful ginkgo beads, like some of them a little bit more, I guess, like goldy, some of them a little bit pinky, some of them a little bit purpley. We're gonna use like a pink champagne crystal with it and salmon seed beads. And I'm going to turn you around. I love this one. I had this little turntable and I put the material on there for, I don't know, quite a long time ago. And I always mean like, oh, I'm going to use it for something. I'm going to use it from something. And today is the day. I'm just like, it's quite nice to turn it around, isn't it? So this colorway, beige cabochons with these nude AB crystals. We're going to put on the outside of it. And I chosen the rose gold PF552 seed beads to go with it. Again, it's going to pull it together really, really nicely. So which color do you want me to demo with? So I would like to demo with one of the new colors. Let me just bring this in the middle. Do let me know. I don't know how we're going to do a little snail race, but we will figure it out somehow. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see all three of them. So the options we have hematite. Hematite I wanted to do because I quite like to wear blacks. But when you're wearing blacks, to wearing black jewelry with it as well, it can be a little bit too much. So I like wearing hematite jewelry when I'm wearing black, and that's why I wanted to do a black bracelet. Then we have got these, I'm going to call this rose gold because of the seed beads, but it's beige and like a copper rose. I think that's quite a nice name for it. Leanne, copper rose. Call it copper rose.
Copper rose, that's nice.
And then we got the seafoam green, and then we had the AB. The white AB, which is not really, it's a bit like a summery color, I guess. So I'm just looking at it, what you're saying there. I need to grab, where did I put it? Oh, there. Is there they are? I need to grab my, oh, there it is. My clasps. I started to tidy up yesterday and I moved things around. And I thought I had that one here, or the two loop clasps, which we're gonna be using, but I put the one loop ones there on the side. Right, okay, so I'm gonna move this out a bit, and actually let's race down. We're gonna race down with the seed beads because they are quite nice and easy to move about. There we go. So I'm gonna set them to the side. And I'm gonna, the crystals are 4mm in size. I just caught a question there out of my eye. Right, Natalie's here. Good morning, Natalie. Lou is here. Good morning, Lou. Kim. Like, Lucy's already posted the link in there for us. So give it like a couple of minutes, maybe 5 minutes, Leanne.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
I'm on it.
And the new colors are gonna be live there. Or that's the link for August Creation Station. Oh, sorry, I thought that was like today's link. Oh, morning creative beadineers. Oh, I love that name. That's my nickname for you all. Oh, bless you, Sharon. That sounds really beadineers. That sounds really cool. Kim saying she has a silver one from the USB 4. Absolutely. Oh, she's all ready to go. Right, okay, beautiful looks like Natalie's saying. Okay, so I'm gonna move my mouse out. So, beautiful looks nice. Rose gold. Oh, the peach and cream. That was, I think, the rose gold as well. Lucy's saying, loving the new colors. I need one color. Rose gold, and white. So that was the AB finish. Oh no, how much I do love these new colors. It's just playing with colors. Peaches and cream sounds like a lovely name for the bracelet. Ooh, that could be a good one as well. All lovely colors. Peaches and cream, please. Seafoam, please. Rose gold. Rose gold is gonna win. You know. The beautiful Sheila is saying. Seafoam Amelia is saying. Hematite, thank you. We can't forget about hematite. Rose gold, copper rose. So that's the copper rose. That's the rose gold. White AB, thank you, Diane. That's coming down. Sea foam. Copper rose. Copper rose is down here. White AB 1. Rose gold is 1. I'm just gonna copper rose gold. What size of the crystals? 4mm. Seafoam, please. I'm just gonna see which one is gonna be copper rose. That rose gold, like this copper rose 1, like copper rose then. Yeah. They are lovely, but the copper is gorgeous. Copper rose. There we go. Seafoam green. Did saying black? I haven't got black one. I have got a hematite one. So that one. Rose gold. Yeah, I realized that. Green. That's again. So the seafoam green would be the second one. Oh, make it like compass, north, south, east for the race. Oh, we could have done that. That's a good idea as well. Just received my beach hats reach saying, oh, how exciting. Pictures, please. When you make them up, please do send me pictures because you got 4 different patterns in there. So you get to choose, like, if you're doing... Where's my beach hats? I was showing them to somebody yesterday. And I don't know. I think I'll put it somewhere. I am like in the middle of tidying up. So with the beach hats, you got 4 different patterns in there. So you can do all 4 of them, like all 4 different ones, or you can swap the colors and do the same beach hats in 4 different colors. Seafoam, pink, rose gold, seafoam. Seafoam was the second one. And then, of course, the rose gold has 1. Right. Okay. So let me just get started. And I'm just going to grab the beads and put them out. How are we doing, Leanne?
Couple minutes. Just going to have the pictures and then I'll be ready.
She's just going to add the pictures and she will be with us. She will make it live. So I am just going to get these out. I really do love this bracelet because it's so easy to do. We're going to zigzag up and then we're going to come back down. I'm going to move this a little bit more further out. There we go. That's it. I don't need the pen. Take some of the crystals off as well. So we are ready to go. Just wait a few minutes and new colors are being added right now. Absolutely. Unfortunately, yesterday we couldn't, we just ran out of time trying to do everything. Right, I'm going to add a few more. So we are working with 2-hole beads here. And I always mention this with 2-hole beads. They are so, so nice. I love them so much because what they do, they bind your pattern together. And as they're binding your pattern together, the only thing you have to be careful about how you're going to pick them up. So what I mean, like this Ginko bead has got a hole from the bottom and other side on the bottom as well. So depending of how you're coming through this, if you're coming from the top or you're coming from the bottom of the fan or top of the fan, I always find it funny to referring to these ones because you come up with like all sorts of different names and like sometimes I think like they look like a little bit of a bird, so I'm coming from under the wing or from top of the wing, but these are always like always really nice to describe them. And then we got the cabochon. So the cabochon, now the Ginko beads, they flat on both sides. The cabochon, hold on, let me just try it with one needle. I'm just going to stick the needle through so you can see the 2 holes. They got 2 holes as well. But the cabochon on one side has got a very nice dome, and on the other side is nice and flat as well. So we really need to make sure how we're going through them. And you can lay your materials out, but the best thing to do is just sort of step by step looking at it every single time and going through it. Right, I'm just going to grab some thread. This one will do. I'm just going to grab a rose goldy thread and thread one of these lovely needles up. There we go. Right, so the bead charts, I can just see the conversation like going, like the instructions will be emailed to you because it was 10 pages. It was a lot of pages. So, and the reason I wanted to email it rather than send it out to you, because you can print it out multiple times. So when you're doing your bead shot, you might want to cross the rows off, like when you're doing like a cross stitch pattern. You might want to cross the rows off what you're doing, and then, like, obviously if you want to do it again, you want to print out a new one. So that's why the email, it will be emailed to you, or it has been emailed already. So check your emails. If you haven't got your emails, or maybe ended up somewhere else, then just shoot a message over to Simon and he will resend it for you. Right, so we're gonna start with our stitch. Oh, we need some seed beads as well. We're gonna need all of our beads out right at the start. I just spoiled all these beautiful seed beads everywhere because we're going to be zigzagging up, making the main bone of our bracelet, and then we're going to run up and down and at the sides and at the clasp as well. Right, okay, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to come and pick up a Ginko. I'm going to pick it up from the bottom going towards the top. I'm just going to wrap this around my finger here. Then I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. 1, 2, these are size 11 seed beads, and I'm going to come back down through the other hole. So from top, I'm coming to the bottom, and I'm going to pop this down on my mat just for a second, because if you, and I'm going to show you, it doesn't matter which bracelet I grab, I'm going to show you like the pattern here. So you're zigzagging up and down, up and down. Now you can see the cabochons are always sitting in the middle, and this is going to be one side of your bracelet. So if you're not sure which hole to go through, always just pop the cabochon right next door to it, and then you know how you need to go down to which hole. So I'm going to go through the hole I need to go through. I'm going to pop this back down. This is only when you start. Once you've done a few of them, you kind of like, it's like muscle memory. You're going to remember which way to pick them up. Oh, good morning, Edward. Right, okay, so, and then I'm going to straight go into another Ginko bead from the bottom up again, because I'm going from the middle of my bracelet, from my cabochon there towards the outside, and I'm going to pick up another 3 seed beads and come back through the free hole. Now we're going to add the clasp straight away, so we got a nice beginning to our bracelet here. So 2-hole clasp, and we have covered 2-hole clasp quite a few times before, and I always say, like, whatever bracelet you're making, whatever pattern you're making, if you're using one of these 2 loop clasp, keep me straight. Let me have a little sip of my coffee. Camille, come on, you need to keep me straight. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. So what I always say is to line your clasp up with your bracelet and just have a look where those loops are and how the best way you can connect them up. So here is quite clear for us that we got 1 loop on one side, which is going to be connecting to here. We got another loop on the other side, which is going to be connecting to the other Ginko bead there. So as I'm just coming out, I'm going to take my needle through this loop. What I'm going to do, I'm going to follow my thread path all the way back around, come to where my tail is, and loop onto the other loop from there. So I'm going to pick this up for a sec, go back up through my Ginko, and just pull these seed beads out of the way a little bit, because the camera will try to focus on it. It's right next to my hand. So going back up, then I'm going to come across the 3 seed beads and through the Ginko bead and to the cabochon, the Ginko bead on the other side. I love starting bracelets like this, because what happens is that as you're adding your clasp on straight away, you got a starting point, a very nice starting point. And there we go. And I'm almost all the way to the other side. Why are they called Ginko beads? Because of the shape of them. Right, so I'm just going to come through here, this Ginko bead, right next to my tail, but in the same time, I'm going to go through the loop on that clasp. Just like that. And then we're going to go back up into the Ginko bead and pull this tight. Now what I like doing here as well, which we can, oh come on thread, behave. What I like doing is, and I just got a knot. Right, let's pull this back. There we go. Sometimes the end of your thread can wrap around your working thread and then makes you, right, there we go. So I'm pulling it nice and tight. So what I like doing, this is the back of the bracelet, that's the front of the bracelet. I do like to add seed beads on the top here just to cover those little loops on the clasp, but we can do this later. I'm going to go ahead and start the, we can do this with the tail end as well, because the tail end is sitting right there where we need to add it. So I'm going to go ahead and start our zigzagging all the way up. So as I'm coming out of that Ginko, I need to weave my thread back around, and I want to come out of this bottom Ginko facing outwards. So again, I'm going to go all the way around the seed beads. You're going to coming backwards and forwards quite a few times, so it's going to make your bracelet nice and strong. There we go, and straight down, coming out of the Ginko here. Right, so we're going to start our zigzag pattern. So we're going to pick up a crystal and we're going to pick up a Ginko bead. So I'm going to pick up a crystal, and because I'm going to be going back on myself, I'm going to pick up the Ginko bead from the outer, from the top of the wing towards the bottom of the wing. Actually, looking them like that, they look like bicycle seats as well, don't they? They do have like all sorts of different shapes you can see in it. And then I'm going to come through the free hole on my cabochon. There we go. Come on thread, you're going to show me up today. Right, so it looks like my thread is getting twisted and twisted. So what we need to do, and I'm going to pop back into here, hold your thread up and just hold your thread right underneath your needle, index finger and thumb, and pull it all the way down. And as you can see, it's twisting quite a bit, so our thread was twisted. And this is a really very simple little fix, and I'm going to do it one more time to get your thread untwisted, because if your thread is twisted, it's just the way how it comes off the bobbin, then that's when you most likely you're gonna get knots. So we untwisted our thread, so hopefully we're gonna be all right. Now I'm gonna pop my Ginko bead here, just to like see which hole I have to go through. So I know I have to go from bottom to up and take it all the way down. Then I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads, and then I'm going to come from the free hole, the hole I haven't gone through, of the other side of that Ginko bead. And then I'm back in position to pick up my cabochon. Again, if you're not quite sure what hole you have to go through, just pop your cabochon down on your table right next to your beadwork there, and then you will see which one you have to go through. So as I'm going to go through this cabochon, I need to go through the Ginko on the bottom, just like that, and pull this up nice and tight. And guess what? We are back to the same position we were when we turned our thread down. We're going to pick up a crystal bead, and we're going to pick up a Ginko bead and go to the top. Now, one tip, but when you're working with 2 hole beads, is that do check, like I like to, when I pick them up, I just very quickly, I will look through them from above, so there is no blockage on the other side. I mean, this pattern is actually quite easy because you only have to take 1 or 2 bead back, but sometimes when you're doing a pattern where you're going all the way along and then you come back on yourself and you find that the hole is blocked, then that could be quite annoying. So when you're picking up your beads, just look from above and then you know that both of the holes are free. Now do this all the way down to the length of your bracelet. I'm going to go through it and show it to you one more time, just catching up with the messages here. Which one is the rose gold on the website? I can't see it, Lindsay. Leanne, how are we doing?
They've just gone live now.
They're just gone live now.
Yeah, pictures are on there.
So pictures are on there, so you will...
My computer was misbehaving.
Oh, her computer was misbehaving. I'll take you to the website just in a second. I'll show you to it all, but everything is live on the website now. Right, and coming back down, I'm going to have to add a few more of these. So now, because I do kind of like know which hole do I have to go through, I can just go and pick it up from my pile. But if you're not sure every single time, just put it down in your mat and just have a look. So I'm picking up a crystal bead. I'm going to pick up a Ginko bead. It doesn't matter for the Ginko bead because both sides are like kind of the same, but you have to go from the top of the wing towards underneath, from the top of the fan towards the underneath side of the fan, then go back through the free hole of the cabochon. And then I'm going to pick up another Ginko, take this all the way down and pick up 3 seed beads and so on. We're going to run down very, very quickly, adding our seed beads, crystals, Ginkos and cabochons to our bracelet. It grows quite quickly as well. There we go. And a crystal and a Ginko bead, and coming back through and then picking up another Ginko bead and 3 seed beads, taking them all the way down. Then I'm going to come back through the Ginko bead. How easy or hard so far? Do let me know in the comments. Do you think it was easier? Do you think it was harder so far what we're doing? What you thought? Just move some of these beads to the right hand side here so I don't have to cross the picture every single time when I'm going to pick up a Ginko bead or a crystal. Right, 1 crystal, 1 Ginko, going back through the cabochon. There we go, pulling it up nice and tight. And then I'm repeating these 2 steps all the way down, picking up a Ginko and 3 seed beads. All the way down, coming through the free hole on the Ginko. Try to keep a nice and tight tension. So you don't want any thread showing just like that. If that happens, just hold on to the Ginko and pull it back down. So you got a nice and tight tension. Then I'm going to go and add my cabochon in. Angela is saying, I have done this bracelet before and found it quite easy. Copper Rose, name of a bracelet Kitty is making. Yes, that's the one. I think that's what we call it, Leanne, isn't it?
Yes,
yes, she says. Sometimes it's so hard to name things because, especially like here, we are using more than one color. Like the seed beads are somewhat rose gold. The crystal is called nude. The cabochons, I don't know what's the name of the cabochons, but it's like a ivory color, like a pastely beigey color. And then you have got your Ginkos as well, which they are copper color. So when you're doing, and obviously the rose gold for the finding at the end. So when you're doing a bracelet with multiple colors, sometimes it's so hard to name it, because you could name it any one of those things. So I'm picking up a crystal, a ginkgo from the outer hole going in, and pulling this tight. And ginkgo and 3 seed beads. Pulling this up. And just going backwards and forwards. Now, if you do have any question, please put a Q in front of your question so I can very easily identify it and make sure I answer it for you. Kumali saying coffee, thank you. Coffee time. You know, like this coffee, I've been drinking it since like 8 a.m. I'm so bad. Like it takes me forever to drink 1 cup of coffee. It's nice and cold as well now. In the summer, I love a cold coffee drink. Right, ginkgo from the outer to the inner hole. There we go. So we're looking so good so far. I need to add a few more in. Now this is when you got a little tiny wrist like Natalie, comes in really, really handy, because you only have to do a few like stitches and you're there. And then with me, with my chunky wrist, I always have to make the bracelet longer, so it takes me longer to make a bracelet for myself. But never mind. I love it. I just love adding all the beads in there. I just love stitching them together. Oh, look, I was chatting and didn't pay attention. So that's what happens when you pick them up the wrong way. So I'm going to take them back and change direction of that ginkgo bead. Oopsie, see, like even I make boo-boos, I make mistakes, but very easily rectified. There we go. There we go. Pull this up nice and tight. I keep checking the holes on there. Maybe you find like 1 in 100 or 1 in I don't know, a few hundred where the other hole is blocked. Sometimes you can unblock it with your needle. Sometimes you just have to use a different bead. But that's the only problem. I mean, using 2 whole beads, sometimes you can get 1. I remember years ago, I was making this bracelet up, the Caroline bracelet, if any of you remember. And if you're doing it on Create and Craft, and I had to make 3 samples up the night before, and I was in the hotel making this sample up, because I usually I like to go up earlier just to make sure I get the up on time. And I was sitting in the hotel, and it was about 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I was going through the last bracelet, a last row of the last bracelet, and I was like, woohoo, I'm almost finished. And then one of the Super Duos were a bit naughty, and the hole was blocked. And then I had no choice but to take the whole bracelet apart. So it can happen. So always just turn it up and check it if the hole is free. And I picked it up the wrong way again. So there we go. I think it's looking rather good. I love this color. I was like, Sarah was always fan of the rose gold, and she really loved the rose gold. And I was like, oh, we'll give it or take it, like, you know. But the more I use rose goldy colors, the more I really love it. I think one of those things but grows on you. Right, going through. I think I only need to add a few more. 1, 2. A few more. Talking about 2 holes. See, this one has got a little bit of a blockage in it, and it's just quite good. And can you see it? And it just popped out. It's on my nail there. So that was in the hole of the bead, and all we needed to do just pop it out from the other side. Sometimes it's just a little bit of derby as they polish them or do stuff to them. Camille Singh, you haven't been on CNC for ages. When are you going to be on again? Actually, hubby asked me that the other day. I'm not really sure at the moment because, to be honest, Camille and everybody else, I just got so much on my plate with my mom and you know, I don't know when I have to come or when I have to go. So I really, at the moment, I'm just trying to reduce. Simon asked me as well, like, what we're doing, like if you're going to go back or not, but I can't, like, commit to, like, you know, I have to change stuff sometimes at the, I don't know. So if I have to go back to Hungary, and I'm just a bit, I will be back, but I just need to get more organized, I guess, and get back into it. I really do enjoy it. I love going up to the studios and seeing everybody, and it's such an awesome experience. So I will be back some point. But at the moment, I kind of like enjoyed, like, throughout the summer, to not like, because of my mom, I can't really like enjoy, but it was nice to have less pressure for a little while. So like putting a show together sometimes takes a lot of work. So that 45 minutes what you see, there is probably about 40 hours of work behind, more behind the scenes, but 40 hours work just for me, and then, like, you know, and everybody else who somebody makes to help up samples, or you know, figuring all the things out, the guys putting the order together, the samples sending off, and there's just so much work that at the moment. Let me just double check the size of this. How many more do we need against this blue one? Because unlike this blue one, this is the size of it. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So I need to add 4 more cabochons. If I put 4 more cabochons in here, then I know once I finished with those cabochons, I'm at the end and I can secure the clasp. Lots of work behind the scenes. Oh yeah, absolutely. I do really miss it, because it was like every month we're going up, and I do really miss it, and I will be back, but at the moment I think we're just slowly trying to get back to new normality. We will be at the Big Beat show, if any of you will be coming to that one, hopefully, if we allowed, in October. That's one of them. But we are slowly sort of catching back up and doing things. Right, so I'm going to need to add 3 more cabochons, and then it will be the right length for me. There we go, going back through. Anyone heard news about another lockdown in October when school is on break? I hope it doesn't happen. Oh, I don't know. Like, I think there's so many things and people saying so many different things. I'm kind of like on the fence with everything now, and I've just like, I believe it when I see it, sort of. Is that the expression? Have you got the expression in England? I believe it when you see it? Or what's the expression? Do let me know. In Hungarian, if I translate it straight, it does says like, I will believe it when I'll see it. Sort of. Oh, I just picked up from the wrong pile. Yeah, we see. If it will be, if it not. We just have to adjust to it, and we will be all right. We see. To be honest, the kids quite enjoyed homeschooling anyway when they were home. I never heard the Big Beat Show before. So Lucy, the Big Beat Show is on Sandown Park. It is organized by the Bead magazine. I'm actually not sure if the Bead magazine is still around anymore, and I think it's one of the ones, but they closed on the lockdown maybe, but don't take my word on it, because I'm not 100% sure. And it's just a bead show, but it's probably one of the, or maybe the biggest one in the UK. It's a really great one. So you can see all sorts of different suppliers exhibiting all sorts of different stuff. So I think that will be our first show in, oh gosh, a long time, like almost 2 years for us. Come on, turn around. There we go. Right, I'm just going to pop this down on my mat and just double check it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Just checking on the silver actually, because this is quite nice. Not 21, that's right, I thought so. I'm going to add one more. I do like my bracelet loose. I can't like, even my, actually I haven't got my watch on today, but I don't like to wear my watch tight either. It's Sandown Park, so it's south of London, the Big Bead show. If you Google Big Bead Fair or Big Bead Show, I think it's called, it will come up. Right, added the last one, so I just need to add a couple of ginkgos, and we are done with our Ginkos and Cabochons. And we are down all the way to the other side of the bracelet. I know I could have made this bracelet smaller, but I really wanted this color. So I'm gonna make it my size. You know, usually I don't have, like, because doing all sorts of development and doing all sorts of different things, I very rarely, the only time I get to like really sit down is to make some jewelry for myself is here in the live or in the creation station. Right, so I got all the way down to the end. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see it. So there is our one end and here is in the other. And now I'm going to attach the clasp. And then after attaching the clasp, just zoom out a tiny bit. There we go. After attaching the clasp, we're going to zigzag back down into our pattern. So we're going to strengthen it. And we're going to add our crystal where our crystal is missing and add our seed beads where our seed bead missing all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to add the clasp. And as I'm coming out of this last, we're going to repeat the process. Last Ginko bead here. I don't like to undo the clasp because it can Debbie just bigbeadshow.co.uk. Debbie just popped a link in there for you, Jitty, so you could go and have a look. But if you're going to be there in October, so in the chat. So I just like to fold my bracelet in half because in that way we're not going to have any problems when we are trying to do it up and we did it the wrong way. So as I'm coming out of the Ginko on the left hand side here, I'm going to go through the left hole of my bracelet, just like that. And I'm going to pull it up nice and tight. And actually from here, you could open it up. Might like to keep it closed. We're going to go back through the Ginko. Pull this up. We're going to go through the seed beads and weave our thread around down to the other side. There we go. And once I got to the other side, I'm going to add 3 seed beads on the other side of the Ginko there, because that's not there on the top. See, sometimes you can wiggle your needle and thread to all 3 beads, which is great. So I'm just going to pick up 3 seed beads. And then I'm going to go to the Ginko from the outer to the inner edge. And I'm going to loop onto the clasp here. And then we're going to go back and add some seed beads to the top. Right, so we got no choice but to add the seed beads now. Now, there's certainly there is different ways you could add your seed beads, and you could do like, you know, I could loop back and add 1 seed bead and then connect those seed beads up. But the easiest way is I'm gonna come back on myself. Make sure it doesn't, your thread doesn't get caught. I'm going to open up my bracelet now because I don't need to keep it straight anymore. And I'm going to weave my thread back to the other side. Now, because this bracelet has got a top where the domes are and has got a bottom, we only kind of really need to add seed beads to one side. So I'm going to go through, back through, just like that. The Ginko, Cabochon Ginko, through the seed beads. And I'm going to come down through the Ginko bead. Now, if you wanted to reinforce your thread here, you could do this a couple of times, going backwards and forwards. I'm just going to pick up 4 seed beads. Or actually, let's pick up 3 and take them down. So anytime when you're making something like this, I like to take the seed beads down, because if I am not adding enough, these seed beads are going to go up and down. And if I add too much, then they're going to buckle, but we need 1 more. So I'm going to pick up 4 seed beads and just straight go to the other side and come up through the Ginko bead there. And when I've pulled this up, those seed beads just going to sit on the top of my loop. Now I'm going to take my thread around once again into the seed beads and to the other side. But this time, instead of coming towards my clasp, I'm going to turn the other way. I'll just go through. I don't want to go through that seed bead. There we go. This time, I'm going to start adding my missing beads. So I'm going to pick up a crystal and jump to the next Ginko bead. Let me just zoom back in. There we go. Jump to the other Ginko bead and come back down on my pattern. So I'm just adding the crystal bead in. And then I'm going to go through the second hole of this lovely Czech cabochon and the Ginko bead at the bottom. And this side, I'm missing the seed beads. So I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads and go back. Now, sometimes I can wiggle my needle and I can go to all 3 of them, but most often I can only go through the Ginko and the cabochon at the same time. When I'm back at the top, I'm going to pick up a crystal and come back down on myself and go backwards and forwards until I get all the way down to the other side. There we go. Picking up 3 seed beads, going back through. This color is coming together really beautifully. So I always like to counterbalance when I'm adding colors together. So if the cabochon is like, if it's all the very similar colors, then it doesn't really matter. But if the cabochon is sort of a different color, I like to either counterbalance it with the seed beads themselves or the crystals, so you have that color going all the way through the bracelet. Unless if you want to make a statement and you want the cabochons to really pop out. There we go. I'm going to pull this up. Oops. And go and weave my thread all the way back down, adding all the seed beads and crystals. Kimberly saying you will need a bank manager with you. I see everything. I want everything. You and me both, Lucy. Like that's why we end up with so many different colors, because I can't choose. Like who am I to say the blue is less important than the pink, or the purple is less important than the green? Who am I to say? Like, we need them all. Right, I'm gonna go back through these and keep adding my seed beads and crystals. Right, so if you have got any question, please pop it in the chat so I can make sure I answer it for you before I go. But all we need to do now is to add our sides, which are we missing, and then once we get down all the way to the bottom, we're gonna run all the way up on one side, come through the seed beads and run all the way down onto the other side. That is all is left to do with your bracelet. The main part of the pattern is done. Right, let me just have a look. The bead show that you did in Culture was when we discovered totally beads for the first time. Yes, I'm not sure if that's going to be back either, Kim, at the moment. We just can't really plan anything. I know the big bead show is planning to go ahead, so we're going to attend if it's going to go ahead. but we haven't booked any other shows. We're just still trying to be safe, and we see what happens at the moment. I think everybody's quite careful. Oh, Charlotte is loving. I love this pattern as well. And we done a Ginko necklace as well. We done that in the Bead Club. Oh God, a few months ago now, I think. I can't remember. Like, you know me, I never remember anything. And we will do the Ginko necklace some point soon. So if you do fancy, make the bracelet, and then we got similar color Ginko necklaces, so you can make a set. Charlotte, thank you so much for the stars, and Lindsay, thank you so much for the stars. Really, really appreciate it. The seafoam is saying out of stock. Lindsay's saying, Leanne. She's gonna have a look. She's gonna refresh it and have a look. But before I run off, actually, let me show it to you on the website. So by now, you know the drill. Let me just get rid of these windows. There we go. This is the one we want. So by now, you know the drill. And actually, I need to refresh the page as well. By now, you know the drill. Go to thebeads.co.uk. So I'm just going to go back to the main page. And you have got the big button at the top. Sign up for a newsletter if you haven't done so yet. Big button at the top right hand side, or you go into categories and you come to video tutorials. Hundreds and hundreds of tutorials going back over a year and a half now, 18 months, 19 months we've been doing. I'm going to go into Ginko bracelet today. So once we make up the samples, this is the one, the copper rose, what I was doing this morning. Simon graciously given us a 10% on there, so that's really good. Grab it while you can. I know this will only make one bracelet, but it's gonna be one, the most comfortable bracelet you ever wear, and then two, it's going to be really decorative and really nice bracelet as well. Sometimes you just have to do a little bit more special ones as well. So we had Ginko bracelet gold, that's which has got like a little bit of a bronze crystals in there. We got the Hematite, which is brand new color today. I will make up a sample and we will put a pop-up picture up later on. Bracelet lilac blue, that's the one when I combined the blue and the lilac. I had this phase last year when I went through everything was purple and blue. The year before I did a lot of things with purple and gold, so I don't know, purple might stay this year. We might be combining it with another color. Might go purple and green this year. We see. Then we got the purple bracelet. That's a beautiful color. The seafoam, it's not out of stock, so it's must have been sold. The silver, that's the one I am wearing, and the blue, a sud green, that's the lovely olivey color, and last but not least, the white AB, which is going to be a very beautiful color as well. So do check it out on the website. 10% off at the moment, and you can make any of these beautiful colors. Let me just zoom out a little bit, and I am going to bring some of these other ones in. So that was the sud green. This is the purple and the blue what I mixed together. Here is the gold. This one, where is this one, Leanne? The oh, the plum. I forgot to tell you about the plum. That's the plum color, more like an amethysty plum color. Here is the purple. I need to zoom out a little bit more. We got so much on here. And then here we got the blue and you got the silver, which I am wearing as well. And I'm just going to bring these quickly back in. So you got the hematite. This is going to be quite a dark color, but if you wear a lot of black, sometimes it's nice to wear something which is not quite black, but quite dark. I'm going to move this around. This is the pink AB. This is a beautiful color as well. Quite nice and airy and bright color. And then we have got the seafoam green, which is like, I was adding sort of seafoamy colors and turquoises with more like blues and aquas last year. This year, you find yourself like experimenting with different colors. I keep like the turquoisey tealy colors. This is called aqua teal actually at the Ginko beads. I kind of like going towards the green with them, and they look beautiful as well. So those are the colors we have got, and the new colors we have got on there, so do check them out. Right, okay, so let me just catch up with all of you. Oh, plummies. Yeah, I forgot about the plum, and that's a beautiful color, Natalie. Love the copper, rose, a lilac, and a blue. Right, my lovelies. Natalie's going to be with you Friday, so she's coming down tomorrow. I really cannot wait. I'm so, so excited. And we're going to be up to no good, probably, together, planning all sorts of different things and different Facebook Lives to come up for the next few months. So if you have got any requests, please do send me a message. If there's a particular technique, either me or Natalie, you want to do, like Natalie can do pretty much anything with wire work, or if you want me to cover something, then please send me a message, so I'll make sure I will include that in the list what we are doing. So thanks everybody. Busy packing, Natalie's saying. Thanks everybody, and we will see you on Friday. Natalie's going to be here. We will see you together, and have a beautiful day, and see you very, very soon.